Every night there are children in the Richmond area wondering if they'll have a place to sleep. Some are simply fortunate to sleep in a shelter, car, or motel. Others are left with no other choice but to sleep on the street. Tonight, some of these children tell their story to our Lorenzo Hall. He has a special report you won't soon forget.
In class, this 11th grader looks like every other student.
Which one? Michelle.
He's excelling academically and gets along just fine with friends. But for Tariq Muhammad, the real challenges begin outside of school.
Sometimes I walk outside and I shake because it's been 5 times.
Tariq is talking about the number of times he, along with his mother and sister, have been put out on the streets, leaving him not only homeless, but helpless and hopeless.
It didn't seem like it was going to stop, so I just felt there was no reason to be happy.
He distinctly recalls going days without food, spending weekends sleeping at the Greyhound bus station in Richmond, and sometimes even sleeping outdoors at a bus stop.
It was freezing. It was December. And it was just ridiculous. Just trying to stay warm constantly, going back and forth into restaurants to use the bathroom. Yeah. Having to eat cold food outside because we didn't have nothing to heat it up with.
Tariq and his family now share this room at the Home Again shelter, the most recent stop on a journey that's had them bouncing from motels and other shelters while his mother searches for work. Tariq's 14-year-old sister, Nadia Muhammad, says this room certainly beats the streets, but still doesn't compare to home.
It feels kind of discouraging, really.
How so?
Because you don't have a place to call your own. You say you want to go home, you really can't say you want to go home because it's not your home.
According to the National Center on Family Homelessness, more than 3,000 children are without a home here in Richmond and the surrounding counties tonight. That's evident here at the Home Again shelter. Tariq and his sister are not the only children residing here.
We have children from birth to age 18 here.
Home Again's Child Services Director Jalinda Underwood says the shelter is always fully occupied. Like other shelters in Richmond, each family is given 3 months to secure employment or another home. If not, it's back to the street. But services are provided for parents at Home Again to make sure that doesn't happen.
Parents have parenting, they have relapse prevention for those who have suffered from substance abuse and are in recovery. We also have a group for budgeting. We work with a housing liaison to help the families get into permanent housing.
We could have been out on the streets.
Those resources helped this family. After 3 months at Home Again, Demetria Woods, along with her 8-year-old son,
I didn't want to stay here,
and 10-year-old daughter are packed up and ready to move out on their own.
I just want my own room.
Woods says she hopes this daunting experience taught her children a few life lessons.
Making the right decisions, going through school, finishing school, you know, to get a better job, and that way they won't have to be in this position.
Child psychologist Shedrick McCall says our future is being defined by an alarming number of children living in poverty.
The levels of depression, the levels of anxiety, the levels of ADHD, the levels of emotionally disturbed learning disabilities, all those things are going to increase because these individuals are not getting the prenatal care and they're not getting the support to help them manifest into the individuals that they need to be.
Tariq says homelessness is no doubt a setback. He wants to grow up and be a heart doctor because of all the heartache he's had to endure.
I'm the only male in my family, and to see the women that I care about the most going through this hurt me.
But today, Tariq says he spends most of the day wondering not about the distant future, but where he'll be tomorrow. In Richmond, I'm Lorenzo Hall for CBS 6 News.
More than 3,000 children have been identified as homeless by school districts last school year. It doesn't mean you'll see all of these children on the street. Some are staying with relatives, living in motels, shelters, or sleeping in cars. If you'd like to help any of the homeless organizations assisting these children, we have that information on our website, WTVR.com.